All right, welcome everybody to our video on how to use the Daktronics All Sport score clock console. This is how we set it up: our score sheet person with the possession arrow, our score clock, and our 30-second clock. First thing you need to know is how to turn on and off. So the power switch is just at the back here. So once we turn it on, it will ask you to resume the game. We always say no, so you can just see right here. It'll ask you to confirm the code. It's always yes. That's set up for basketball. And the radio settings is set up for the large gym. We just say yes there. Next, you want to put in your time for warm-up. So if the game starts at 5:15, it's 5 o'clock now. We have a 15-minute warm-up. We set main clock. Enter 15 minutes, including your seconds. Say yes. And then we hit start. So the clock is running, and it's running up here. Now it's a good time to remind the teams that the game is about to start. We do this at the halftime as well. But at the 2-minute mark, it's always good to give 2 beeps of the horn. That reminds the team there's 2 minutes. You can also do that at the 1-minute mark as well. Now we're ready to start the game, so we'll just set the main clock, and we always set it up for whatever amount of time is needed. So for junior and under games, it's 8 minutes. For senior games, it's 10 minutes. So we just enter in 10 minutes for a senior game. Enter yes. And now we just wait for the game to start. When the game starts, we're using our start button here. And again, our game is started. It's important to know that this is running time, but in the last quarter, the fourth quarter, for the last 2 minutes, we do what is called stop time. So if the ball is out of bounds, obviously we will stop it. But if it goes out of bounds for a basket scored, you stop the clock, you wait for the ball to be inbounded, then you restart the clock. Now the next thing the score clock person is doing, other than starting and stopping the score clock, is doing the score. Scores are really easy. If it's a foul shot and 1 point is scored, you'll see it indicated here, but also up on the score clock as 1. But on regular scores or regular baskets, it's 2. We just use the 2 button. And if it's a 3-pointer, we hit the 3-pointer. If you ever make a mistake, you can always minus a score right here. Now that was for the home team. If an away team scores, obviously I'm using the score clock here. So again, 1, 2, or 3, or a minus if needed. Now the other thing a score clock person will be using is the fouls. So obviously when the referee blows a whistle, you'll stop the clock. You'll listen to what the referee says. He'll call a foul. And we just indicate here if there's a team foul for the home team or if it's for the away team. And if we were to make a mistake, we just minus. Now at the end of each quarter though, you do want to minus all of the fouls, so go back to 0 by just doing your -1 button for team fouls. You do that for both teams. The next thing you would also do then is period changes. So here's where we change the period. So say we're now on to period 2, or halftime goes to period 3, and there's your 4th period or 4th quarter. Now for a timeout, you can only call a timeout when the whistle has been blown, so the game is stopped, so you've stopped your time. Or if a ball is being inbounded, you can also buzz for a timeout to signify the referee if the home team, or sorry, the team with the ball has possession before they're inbounding it. You can call a timeout then as well. To run a timeout though, it's really simple. Say it's the home team that wants a timeout. I just look at timeout here. It'll ask for a full timeout. I say yes. And then it automatically runs the time. So you can see up on the clock, it's already running. If, say, I wanted to stop the timeout early, say the coach only needed a few seconds, I could always just hit timeout on off here. And that stops the clock and brings it back to the regular score clock time or game time. And also you can see up on the timeouts left, it's now gone to 1. And a little trick for the second half though is, because you'll have to change these back, is when I am at the halftime, I want to put the timeouts back to 3 now, because there's 2 in the first half, 3 in the second half. It's really easy to do that. All you're going to do is go edit, hit whatever I need to change. So it's timeouts. I want 3 full timeouts. And I always enter at the end. Partial is always 0. There's no such thing as a partial timeout anymore. So I just say enter or yes again. Now I'm showing 3 timeouts left. I'll need to do the same for the other team. So I'll go edit, timeouts. It's showing 2 now, but we need to go to 3. Always say yes. Yes to the partial, which is 0. Now I'm showing 3 timeouts left for the other team. Last thing is on a substitution, you can only call in a substitution when the whistle is blown. So I've stopped the clock. I can buzz the horn. That tells the referee that there's subs that are waiting to come in. The referee calls them in. Okay, one last final thing is any other things that need to be changed. It's always very easily done by editing, punching in whatever you need, the number that is needed, and then yes. For example, if a referee asks that the 30-second clock get changed to 18 seconds, you can always go edit, set shot time. Right now it's showing 24, but I need it to go to say 12 seconds. Make sure I put in a 0. I say yes. Now my shot clock shows 12 seconds. My 30-second clock person can whenever they're ready, run the clock. At the end of a game, the beginning of a game, if you need to change the shot clock times, so for the girls it's 24 and 14, for boys it's 30 and 18, all we do again is go edit, set shot time. Current doesn't really matter. I'm going to go to the reset 1, which is 24. I want to change that to 30. I go yes. I'll have to edit it again. Go set shot time, not the current one, not the reset 1, but the reset 2, which is now going to be 18 seconds. And again, that's up to the referee to call for a reset 2 or 18-second reset. That's to do with fouls. And we'll do a 30-second clock video in a second. All right, so now my 30-second clock is showing 30 for the reset 1 and 18 for reset 2. Okay, after the game is done, you want to unplug everything, roll up the cords, place them on top of the score console, zap strap these tight, make sure the antenna is actually located here and put down so it's protected and not bent. Close it up, and this goes back in the equipment room. Thanks for watching, and check out the 30-second clock video if you need. Thanks.